Hey everybody, it's Darren Burt with HQ Live. Thanks for tuning in. We are bringing you some really cool guests. And today I wanted to, with social distancing being a big hot topic, I wanted to bring in Lauren Miele, who is with Kushkards. Now, if you're going to send a card, now's the time to do it, right, Lauren?
Absolutely. We are all about sharing the love while keeping the distance these days because this is all we have to communicate. So obviously with other, technology, but there's nothing like a handwritten note with a little toke. That's what we love to say.
So tell us a little about Kushkards. I met you at Champs Trade Show a few years ago, just in a booth, kind of stuck in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, this is with glass, and then there's all these cards and something completely different. So tell us about Kushkards. You guys have really blown up recently.
Yeah, so we did have the pleasure of meeting you quite some shows, I would say, trade shows ago. So just a general, what the card is. So the card, which is the cannabis greeting card, 2 match strikers on the bottom where you have the opportunity to strike a match and you light what's attached. So basically there's a slot where you can insert your own pre-roll, or it comes with a one hitter in the card, which I'll show this one. So you have the option to pick I would say for the toker or the blunt smoker. So we made really just fun greeting cards that relate to the cannabis consumer because there was no cards that were focused only towards us, I would say. It also merges the cannabis smoker with the non-cannabis smoker because you don't have to smoke to buy this card. It's all about who you're giving it to. So we have a whole line of stoner stationery, including our new gift bags and tissue paper, mystery boxes, and a bunch of everything that you want and you might not have found before.
This is all you, right, Lauren?
Yeah, all me. Yes.
Yeah, tell us a little about how you came up with this idea.
Sure. So it was actually back in 2013, so some time now. I wanted to give a Christmas card to a friend where cannabis was in common. Mind you, this was back in New York City at the time. So there was nothing out there in the market. I literally used to take dime bags because that's how they sold cannabis in New York and put them in Hallmark cards and gift them to people. But the problem is when you opened it, it wasn't convenient because the weed would fall out and then you had to roll it and I couldn't roll at the time. So I was always so embarrassed because I wanted to gift them weed and we could instantly smoke it. But there was a whole process after opening the card. So what I did was I designed a card, just a 5x7 card, but I left the space open. And in the space, I rolled blunts and I sewed my friend's initials. So I basically rolled his name. And in blunts, and I sewed it to the card. So basically, It was a card with blunts spelled out in your initials, and that's how it came. And my girlfriend, she was actually the one who I called her and I described what this card was, and she said that's a Kush card with a K, and I said absolutely, and then it just kind of manifested from there.
And now you've got Kush cards for pretty much every occasion. You've been called the Hallmark of cannabis, right?
Yes, we have. And I think that saying is so powerful because we do encompass all categories. So we have birthdays, get well, just because, I'm sorry, I screwed up cards, and just so many fun, relatable, a lot of just because why not give a card to, a stoner?
Do you know how many different cards you have in your line now?
Yeah, so we have about 20 styles available now. We always are up to date on what holidays around. So right now, Father's Day is on the rise. So we're promoting that pretty heavily. Mother's Day was so awesome. There were so many moms who were gifted cards that really made me feel good to know that, we're helping make people's day. So it only gets better. And then so some seasonal cards come in and out, but we basically have our standard line and already thinking about the holidays. So,
and are you the one that's designing all the cards? Let's throw a quick graphic up here.
Yes.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. So these are one-hitter cards. I do design them. I have to say the sayings come up with the people who I do smoke with. My sister Dana has a lot to do with the marketing behind it, because we and her, we just connect on that level. So it's always good to have a team of people. I say we a lot, but that means me and the cards. I have pretended to saying we, but yeah, so a lot of it is help, but the design is from myself.
And so let's talk a little bit about some new stuff. Here's one of the newer things for you, Tommy Chong.
Yes, so I have the cards here. This is our second celebrity licensing deal with the man, Tommy Chong himself, which was really exciting to have the opportunity to just put his face on a card and just really represent him in a way. You know, I had to design these cards. So I get images, I get artwork, and I have to look through research and say, how could I honor an iconic legend on a card? It was actually a lot of pressure because I want to make him happy. I want to serve him, you know, the respect that he deserves. So I guess I'll just go through each one quickly. This one is our "Hey Man, This Is On Me," and it says we light it at 4:20 every day, and it was just like a simple like, "Hey, from Tommy, me to you, 4:20," kind of like an all, just because. Let's say also could be Father's Day. We also have one that says "Me the Green in Quarantine" because it kind of just looks like he's shoving the weed, and that's, I mean, all I really have is the green right now. I'm quarantining by myself, so this is meant for somebody who knows that their other person is just surviving through cannabis with cannabis.
Well, Tommy knows a little about quarantine.
Yeah, right. A little bit. So, and then this one's our birthday card, so which has been our most popular, another year higher. And on the inside it says, "I hope you're getting as high as your age." So really fun, great graphic. So that has our most recent collaboration.
Yeah, well, and here's another collaboration. You showed this just a minute ago, Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah, here we go. So we have our Jay and Silent Bob collection, and this was really great to work with them as well. Kind of a different group, I would say, of fans, but kind of touches base on the whole iconic stoners. I mean, having them on this card is again an honor. I actually had the chance to meet them twice, once at Champs, and then they came out to Denver for their road show, and I came and I set up a table and I sold all their cards. So this was a very cool opportunity. They're so cool. Kevin loves them, and so does Jay. So very cool.
I don't know if you have one there with you, but you also have a couple of Jay and Silent Bob cards that have Blunt Man and Chronic on them.
I do.
It's more of a cartoonish card.
I do. If you give me a second, I can grab 1 second.
Okay. And this is Lauren working in her home office, of course.
Yes, here's a few. Okay, so we have our cartoon one. I just grabbed our Doobie Snack, which is actually perfect for quarantine because it says "Turn that frown upside down," right, with the little weed. And then we have our Quick Stop one right here, which is their iconic, Quick Stop that they stand in front of. And my favorite part of the movie was when they were singing "Smoking Blunts." Who smoked the blunts? We smoked the blunts. So this was really fun too. Again, searching through, watching all their movies, and really trying to represent them in the best way possible.
Yeah, here's another. You got another cool card that I found on your website that I like. It's what do you call these?
So we call this the "Color Me In" Kushcard. Because we want you to color it in. So this was created some time ago when I like to stay on the trends from the stationery industry and then merge them with cannabis. So we've kept this in our line just because it does so well, but even more so now because what are we doing at home? Like coloring and cannabis really relate to each other in a way of concentration and getting creative. And so we really encourage this card to color it in yourself and then give it to somebody or give it to somebody who loves to color.
Yeah, and you were just saying staying on top of the stationary trends. You've got some new things. You've got Kush Wrap, and you've got a whole package sets, and you also have your mystery boxes.
Yeah, so I'll tell you a little bit about that. So we I wanted to expand the Kush card line to offer gift wrap, which we then named Kush Wrap because why not offer something that you can give these cards in? So we have, here we go. We have magenta and gold Kush Wrap. They come in packs of 5 sheets. So you can have some for yourself or you can gift it to other people. And then we also have our polka pot gift bag. So basically, making the polka dot hot. I don't know if you could see it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And we actually went to the National Stationery Show this February in the Javits Center, which is, can't believe how it's transformed since then. And we won Best New Product for the gift bag, which to me was amazing because here I am introducing cannabis to the whole gift and stationery market. And no one would have thought I would even be there. And I was slightly bold to even be there because there were pot leaves everywhere all over my booth.
Yeah.
But it really worked out because, you know, they want to know what's going on, what's new in stationery. And many came to me and said, this is it. So,
And that award was not just for, that didn't have anything to do with cannabis. That was just best new product.
Yeah, it was just a bag. It was a bag in their lifestyle. So the lifestyle section was all things gift wrap. So I put in the bag because it is like the Kate Spade of cannabis to me. It's luxury. It's metallic. It's so small that if you were walking past it, you might think it was a polka dot, but we called it the polka pot.
So what does that all mean for the Kushkards and for the cannabis industry in general? Does that mean there's huge crossover happening?
Well, I would say within the stationery industry, I would say that there's a huge crossover because here you have two consumers, different types of consumers who are actually doing, you know, the same thing. People who love to buy stationery and love to smoke weed. So I kind of found a niche where I'm bringing those two together, and they have a whole platform of things to buy. So they have cards for females. We try to make them gender neutral. Believe me, they'd all be pink if it was my option, but I'd love to, you know, have that option for males to buy cards. And I do find a lot of male names who pop up who purchase the gift. So it's really cool to see, you know, now we're kind of turning the purchasing power to include more than just the woman. So I think it's great. I think I really am helping, you know, bring people together through something that they've never seen before, or when they do see it, the word just seems to trickle out, and the word just kind of keeps getting known.
Tell us about, just because I'm just thinking about this, tell us about the mystery boxes.
Oh, sure. Yeah, the mystery boxes. Okay. So we had to think of a way to get creative during quarantine because, you know, there's so many different things going on. And, you know, I was really trying to promote birthdays because I wanted people to keep in touch and still celebrate all those birthdays. Then I thought, why not add a element of surprise to your day? So this is our mystery box, and I won't open it, but it comes in small, medium, or large, and you have the option. On the website, it shows what could be in it, but it could be Kush wrap, Kush cards, one-hitter cards, dab cards, a little bit of everything that we offer, postcards, doob tubes. So it's a fun way to kind of just get surprised. It's also a subscription box now because the requests were coming in for that. So that's exciting. So now some people can sign up and get monthly Kushcard boxes, and they'll be themed around the month. And yeah, a lot of people have been very happy with them. So I'm excited.
So you mentioned doob tubes. Have you partnered with other cannabis industry brands and vendors?
So not on the doob tubes, I would say. We have partnered with, I make those myself, but those are only in the boxes, but they will rotate in and out. But we do partner with some other companies, if you'd like to share, like Cannabombs. So they're CBD bath bombs that will be scattered throughout the boxes. We're also collaborating with Toker Poker next month on an exclusive Pride-themed Toker Poker.
Nice.
Then, one second. And then lastly, in this month, in June, everyone who gets a large box will receive a Moose Labs mouthpiece. So it's really good because in each of the large boxes, you'll know one item that's coming. So it's like you'll have an incentive almost to be like, oh, I've always wanted this. Let's get some Kushkards too. So.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit to retailers. I mean, it's obvious why I would want to have this in my smoke shop or dispensary.
Right.
Right? Is there even a sales pitch needed for that?
Well, maybe during quarantine, I would have to say. But no, I mean, for retailers, it's a no-brainer because you're giving your customers something to gift to someone else, right? When that person gets it, they're going to ask where they got it, come back and get more. It's kind of like a triple effect type of deal, I would say. But dispensaries, you know, pairing it with a pre-roll and offering some type of special is the number one way I try to, to promote it, because it's an easy gift with the lift. It's an impulse buy, but it's not even an impulse because you see all the variety and the options and people just fall in love. So the one-hitter cards were created because of chance, I would have to say. And because of all the smoke shops that I am in and that go to that show, I wanted to create a product that related to that type of shop, so they felt inclusive and they know their customers coming in for their typical one-hitter pipe anyway. And then all other lifestyle boutique and stores that want to get into cannabis, Kushkards is the perfect gateway product to get your cannabis section started, I would say, in your store. So, yeah.
So let's talk. You're an entrepreneur, obviously. You created this brand from sitting on a train and nothing.
Just going to work. Yep.
What's your advice for entrepreneurs that want to get into the cannabis industry right now?
Okay, so my advice would be to find something that positions yourself from away from others. Like, think of something unique, whether the product isn't, I would say, brand new. How do you market yourself to become something that is new? And my also advice that I would love to give is that really work on your brand before you launch it. So many people have an idea, they buy the website, they get a logo made, and then they launch it. And then they have to redo their logo. They have to come back and rethink their business plan. And to me, what we did is we came out so strong in the beginning. Our card hasn't changed from the bottom to the slot. It took a long time to develop how to sell this retail wise. So my advice is to find something unique and make your brand stick out, and to take the time and really develop your brand message marketing and then go to market. Because I've seen too many brands come in and out, and I'd rather see them do the research and really find what sets them apart and then go hard and launch it.
Do you think there's still room in this industry for people to come in the door?
I think depends on your product. I think yes. I think it just depends on your product. I think it depends, especially your mission these days. And with the whole quarantine that's going on, it's like, are people going to want to spend the small amounts of money they might have on what you're offering? So now I had to kind of rethink, why someone would want a greeting card. And even though, we already knew that in the first place, but it was a whole new way of thinking of how to relate to your customer. So I do say that there is room. I just think that they, just have to find what's not out there already.
Yeah, you mentioned COVID. I don't want to dwell on that, but how is that affecting your business right now? So
it affected it quite some bit during the first 2 weeks, because I was a mainly wholesale business. I always wanted to grow the retail side, but I was going to Champs, going to every show, so they were a month or two apart. So I go to Champs, get into all these stores, and go ready to go to the next one, not having time to really focus on website and e-commerce. So when this happened, my core customers went from this percentage to kind of flopping. So what I did was I really worked on the e-commerce side of it, and try to connect with my retail customers. And one huge success was going on TikTok, actually, a new app that's going out there, because it's a whole new platform for Kushkards to be seen. And that's what it's about. It's getting your product out there. And how do you do that? Social media these days. So, and the mystery box really helped, again, bring that element of surprise. So it took some time, though. It took 2 or 3 weeks for me to really kind of switch transitions into, okay, I'm not going to obviously call any retailers, but I do weekly newsletters, which is great to keep in touch. And a lot of retailers are like, great to see that you're still in business. We hope to open soon. So it was about staying connected with the wholesaler, but now reconnecting with the single consumer for e-commerce reasons. And that's when the box came up, and Tommy Chong and stuff like that.
Nice. And you're in Denver, correct?
Yes, I'm in Denver, Colorado.
So we were talking a little before we came on the air that because it's just you, and because you showed me a picture of your hallway, that you've really been able to survive this a little better. You don't have a huge warehouse, and
Yeah,
huge
those were our
staff.
plans. Those were our plans for 2020 was to, get a space that we had, all our inventory and just have our own office. But we've been working our way from a studio to a 1-bedroom to now a 2-bedroom. And we do have the opportunity to close off one whole space just for Kushkards. So
Nice.
I live in it. I sleep in it.
Yeah.
I am it.
So if we go on TikTok, are we going to see you doing a dance?
I've done one. Yes, I've done one, but it's more about the product and just about doing fun related, like using the trending songs and dances and how do I kind of put them, like how do I do a video with the card with it. So it's been fun. It's been challenging. A lot of cannabis companies have been getting videos taken down from TikTok, including myself. It's a little frustrating, but what are you going to do? So
right.
Keep trying.
So what do you like most about what you're doing right now? Maybe not right this second with COVID, but with the Kushkards and being part of this industry, what do you like best?
I like that I have just created this niche, right? That no one is doing. So to me, like that has really encouraged me to just keep going because I started so long ago that, I would expect it to have a little bit more competition by now, but it really keeps me going that I am just the number one person doing this. But more importantly, it's really about how people feel. Like I get messages all the time about how the card made the day, how the card made the anniversary, how the card prevented someone from breaking up. You know what I mean? Just like crazy. Or someone who had cancer and bought a get well card. So it's really about the messages that I put out there that relate to people. And I really find joy in creating new cards or for seasons. So I would say that's a little bit all over the place, but I would say mostly what I get back is that I created something that no one else is doing that brings joy to so many people, and they keep coming back for more and they keep wanting to see what's next. So it always keeps me on my toes, I'll have to say.
Nice.
Current, and I love greeting cards.
It's not just a product for you.
No, it's everything. I mean, I loved greeting cards. I loved the stationery market before I thought of Kushkards, and I've always have smoked, well, not always, but smoked weed for a long time. So just the fusion of the two, it just makes so much sense. And I've just, again, connected with other business owners and just other consumers, retailers, wholesalers, distribution, and everyone can see the message right when they see the card. So I think that's also really important and special about the card is that all you have to do is see it and then you get it. So
yeah, so let's throw this up there. Kushkards, that's where they can find you with a K.
With the K, that's right. Everything is with the K. KK all day.
And if they email, they go here and they email you, they're going to get you.
Just me. I know. Like I said, I say we a lot on Instagram, but it's because it's just been we, I feel like. And we also means like my sister and other people who are in like, family support. So, but it's mainly just me. Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Well, Lauren, do you have any last words for retailers, consumers, just words of advice in general, life lessons?
Right. I would say, well, first, thank you for having me today. It was really fun and get a chance to just be out there during this, time and connect with people. But ultimately, just keep writing cards and sending cards, and just even if it's not a card, just make sure you pick up the phone and call someone and see how they're doing. And I really believe that we all can keep connected, while during this special social distancing that we have going on. So if you know a stoner who just needs a little gift with the lift, Kushkards.com.
Kushkards.com. Thank you, Lauren. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Okay, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Right. Bye-bye.